What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Road to Glory. Currently sitting 14th in the league, only 2 games though. We have had a couple of transfer offers in. Everton want Dele Alli. Now, Dele Alli's 24 years old and on this game is only 81 OVR. I'm going to hold off until the next transfer window for Dele Alli. If he goes to at least 83, then we'll keep him. If not, we'll get rid. So we'll reject that. Eric Dyer, I do love as a player. We have got a lot of centre-backs and everything though. It could be useful. Maybe we can get one of their youngsters and a little bit of money for Dyer. I believe it works like that on this game. You know, you can ask for money. So let's have a look. I mean, who have they got going for them? Got Traore. Overall, they haven't really got any standouts, have they? No way we're going to be able to get Ruben Neves. That would be a move. You know what? Do you think? Yeah, they're going to say no, but you know, why not? Yep, I was going to say, there's no chance of that happening, no problem. Reguilon as well, apart from his face not being his actual face, very good left back. So yeah, no chance of that happening. So that gets that out of the way. Youth development, yes, we get it. I do get it. You need youth players. For some reason, that's been rejected. I'm not sure why. Yeah, I mean, I played him right back about one time. It was literally one time. It was an emergency. I think you can cope. I think that probably says we need a new right back as well. Although we are playing three centre backs. The team is all set up how it should be, and I know it's Everton, a half decent team. We are going to not play Joe Hart, that's for sure. We are going to get the young keeper on, give him a bit of a go. I think we're going to get Saar on the bench. Might have to try and train Sirkin up in a different position as well. He's certainly not a centre back. He's barely a left back. Maybe a defensive mid. I really don't know. But as it is right now, he's not really specialising in anything. We'll give Somerville a chance another time. Let's get this lad on the bench. I'm fine with that. You know, at the end of the day, you don't know how good a player is. And sorry about squeezing in the background. My chair is absolutely done in. It's had about 1 million hours of play time on it. Yeah, you don't know how good a player is on a game until you've at least used them. I remember. Oh, I didn't realise you could do the whole pass and go with a button command. That's cool. I remember on the old FIFA, I think it was FIFA 9, there was Sergio Ramos, and I was one of these people. I was like, no, if he is a centre-back, he's playing centre-back, without a doubt. I put him in, like, I think it was like centre-mid one day, and he was just an amazing player, and I think since that point, I realised that you don't just have to play a player in whatever position they're allocated in game. If you have a stint with a player in a different position and you think, actually, they did quite well in that position. For example, Eric Dyer played pretty well as a right back, and so I now know that in an emergency, if all my right backs are injured, I'm going to stick Dyer in there, no problem. Let's, I mean, we've got a bit of a break. I can't see this turning into much, but you never know. Go on. Oh, okay. It did turn into something. 5 minutes in. Harry Kane's got his goal. What's that, 5 in 3 or 4 games, something? And Ndombele really made that, though. Made that sort of space there. Very good. Or 4 goals even in, what, 3, 4 games? Harry Kane's playing, he is playing very well. I'm not really sure who the chance creator is of the past few games, you know, because we've had goals. I'm just not really sure who's been making them. I know Ndombele got that one. Fair enough. It was a good block. These are the bits I don't like, because I cannot score to save my life on a corner. That's fine though. It's come back out to Højbjerg to Ndombele's passed it into absolutely no one. That's what we like. That's the way we like to play the game. We keep them on their toes, you know. I still think Iwobi is... It was a weird deal for Everton. You know, that year, I think it was a year where they spent like way more money than they ever should have done, like 200 mil or something. Bought Pickford for a ridiculous amount of money and all this, and then, oh, good shot. And then didn't really do much after. We're doing half decent this year though. I'll be honest with you, Calvert-Lewin's actually learned how to kick a ball. And by kick a ball I mean, kind of header a ball, because that's where he gets most of his goals from. Still think a little bit overrated. I'm not going to say he's a bad player, but I think, there is a big difference between, and I'll say this for Tottenham players as well, there's a big difference between scoring the fourth goal in a 6-0 thrashing of a team and scoring the only goal in a 1-0 win. Very massive difference there. Harry Kane, yes, he has quite a lot scored, like the third goal in a 3-0 win, whatever. But most of the time, great goal. I tried to put my slide in, excellent goal. But most of the time, Harry Kane is the one scoring the two only goals in a 2-0 win. Whereas Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he has done that, but at the same time, it's almost like filler numbers at times. I don't know. Not always. It's certainly a lot less than players like, see, I daren't say anyone now, because there's always going to be someone in the comments that gets mad, but... Oh, what a move. Oh. But players like Bruno Fernandes, I'll say it. His goals are filler goals. You know what I mean? It's penalty goals and goals that really don't count for much. Yes, every now and again, or maybe even quite often, he'll get an important assist or an important goal, but it doesn't show up. It's like Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah, excellent player. It's 16 goals at the time of recording this. However, I think 7 of them have been penalties, which a penalty goal is still a goal. But then you start, people hype him up and say amazing, one of the best. But then if we're going off purely goals and assists, this season, without the penalties, if people are going off just them stats, then he's only as good as like, well, not even Patrick Bamford. And you don't hear people saying Patrick Bamford is one of the best players in the world, do you? I think it's important to get in people's heads that, again, I support Tottenham. Even if I didn't, Harry Kane is by far the most complete football player in the world at the minute. I'm not saying the best. Lewandowski is at the minute a phenomenal striker. Lionel Messi is up there as well. But Harry Kane's an all-round player with the assists, the defending he does, the attacking. Unplayable. Absolutely brilliant. And you'd be stupid to say you wouldn't have him in your team, whoever you support, because he would walk into every team in the world and he'd run that. And that, again, Tottenham supporter or not, that is just how good he is. And I can say the same about other players in other teams. I'm not completely biased to Tottenham or anything. Vinicius. Thank God. Good goal. I'm really happy with Vinicius. Yeah, and again, I can say it with other players in other teams. It's not like I'm completely biased. Van Dijk, pretty excellent player. Maybe a little bit overhyped in terms of people saying he's better than Vidic in his prime and all this, but very good player. Would walk into any team. You've got other players as well. Bruno Fernandes, even though I've just said he is a bit of a penalty merchant, you'd still, currently on current form, you'd still have him in your team, wouldn't you? Without a doubt. It goes to players like Lukaku as well. Excellent player. He's performed absolutely admirably. And I don't know what Bale was thinking of. Bale's been a real letdown. I won't lie, Bale's been an absolute letdown the past few games. He just hasn't performed how you would kind of expect someone like him to perform. Okay, let's get that a high one. It's in space. Oh, it's a big save. Huge save. I mean, that ends the half, but yeah, that stopped it from being a 3-1 right there. Huge We are going to take Bale off. He, like I say, not performing well. And we'll get Salah on. We'll let him have his debut. Everyone else, I think, is pretty much fine where they are. Goalkeeper hasn't had that much to do. But, you know, he's doing decently well. Okay, needlessly fancy. That's what I like. I just... No, he comes on, he's been knocked over at 25 times. By 25, I mean that was the biggest exaggeration ever. It was knocked over twice. Oh, I thought he was... I thought his first minute on the pitch was going to be a goal. Probably got a little bit too cocky there. You know, Everton are playing well. You know, Everton have always been this weird team as well. Because my younger sister supports Everton, bless her. You know, I mean, supporting Everton's harder than supporting Tottenham, let's be honest. But although saying that, at least with Everton, you're not really expecting to win anything. At Tottenham, you're not either. But when you get into the, you know, final of something and you bottle it, ah, oh, what a goal! Shouldn't have brought the keeper out. I have such a tendency to do that. But yeah, Everton are this weird team where they have players that you would fully expect to do well. You know, like Iwobi, yeah, he's not great, but he's a decent player. You know, they've got Sigurdsson, who I really rate. He can take a free kick and a long shot, that's for sure. He can also make a sick pass. They have these players, it goes on and on and on. They've probably got 6, 7 big game players. But most seasons, they just kind of are there. Like, it'd be an achievement for them to finish 8th most seasons. Which is nothing wrong with that. Different clubs have different priorities and different expectations. And 8th is still 8th. Oh. Really? Man, oh man. Calvert-Lewin, we may have to have a look at buying him just so we can't score another hat-trick. But yeah, you know, you don't really expect him to do much, but then other times they come out and they're absolute world beaters in terms of how they play. You know, against Tottenham, against Liverpool, against whoever. They come out and they play this world-class football, certainly lately under Ancelotti, and you think, they might do something here. Certainly when they thought they was going to win the league, you know, Everton supporters thought they was going to win the league just like Tottenham did, but then all of a sudden, like now, they've just gone back to being Everton. It's such a strange team, and it's like I want them to win something, because I like them as a team, but, you know, they buy players like, actually, let me just make this change real quick. We're going to get Ali on. We're going to get Bergwijn on as well. We've also got more speed this side, so we'll swap these over to like level it out a little bit. But yeah, they bought James Rodriguez. He plays what, like 4 games. People say, "Oh my God, I've never seen a player so good, amazing player." And don't get me wrong, very good player, but oh God, Jesus, man. But yeah, he's not this world beater people think he was, and I know injuries or whatever it is meant he couldn't play, but he's just not that good. Yeah, he can put in a good goal and an assist or two, but he's not, you know, he's not Ndombele, he's not Bruno Fernandes, he's not De Bruyne, he's just there. You know, he's certainly better than no one, but he's not the player Everton fans and most other people seem to think he is. He's just maybe 5 years ago an excellent player. Obviously that goal in the, was it the 2014 World Cup? Absolutely smashed that one in. I swear if they get another goal here. I think it's because I stress too much. I need to just kind of contain the area. Oh, big save. Huge save from the keeper. That may have just kept us in the game. Let me just, I'm in max concentration right now. Oh, I thought it was in. I really don't know what's going on here. Why would you take Calvert-Lewin off when you're only just scraping a win and he's been your best player? Strange decision. Come on. Please. Come on. I can't do anything, man. Nothing's working. You go for three defenders, doesn't work. You go for two attackers. The two attacking, you know, Vinicius and Kane together, I do like, to be fair. Alright, that's a throw-in. Really? That was... pretty sure that was my throw-in. Oh, Højbjerg. Come on, does someone do something? Alright, Sanchez, I mean, that'll do. Come on, come on. Come on for See, now I am getting stressed, because these players can't pass the fucking ball. What are you doing? Oh, of course. I didn't realise I was playing against De Bruyne. I mean, there's 4 minutes. Just put in a goal, get the draw. I really don't care at this point. Right, the problem is, I think, is Kane. It sounds bad. He's putting in our goals, but he's just not able to run fast enough to get into the positions. Oh, are you kidding me here, game? I swear, if they get on the end of that... Don't you even dare do it. I've got 3 minutes. There's no way, is there? We're going to have another look at the formation, because this one definitely isn't working. Even with the extra attack, I feel less attacking now than I did when I had less attackers. Please, just get... Oh, well, that's it, innit? You have got to be kidding me. I mean, goalkeeper did fine. I mean, look at that. The shots were fine. The possession was fine. Everything was even. I mean, it was a good game. I'm not saying it wasn't a good game. Vinicius and Harry Kane were able to do well. You know, actually saying that. Kane, a goal and assist. I was slating him earlier. Probably shouldn't have done that. How many saves did he make? 4 saves. Didn't have that much to do, but Whiteman did well. Son did decent. It's such a frustrating game, you know. I'm not going to do the post-match interviews. They barely do anything. Honestly, they change the morale of the team and all that, but they ask the same 10 questions. I'm not happy, boss. What? That felt like you were trying to send out some sort of message, taking me off so early in the game. Taking you off early? Is this guy serious? I swear he came off at like 70 minutes. I can't be making that up, surely. Right, let's have a look at doing something with this squad and this formation. The only thing I could do is try wing backs, but that's never a formation that I've enjoyed. We can go something like that and use the wing backs, I guess, as attackers. We can maybe get Son and Kane in strike, Vinicius on if and when needed, and then the centre mids in there. I feel like this formation even might work. But then my issue is just going forward and getting into the position, so maybe something like this, where I've still got that out wide, Kane in there on his own, but then saying that Kane's played well with Vinicius, so man, it is a tough one. You know, we're going to go with this. We'll try this for a game. So Kane in there, Bale, Son. Vinicius will come on again when he's needed. Højbjerg is staying on here. Let's get Lo Celso off and put on this side Aurier. It really doesn't matter who's where at the minute. Tanganga, who's the strongest? Yeah, it's this guy, so that's fine. We'll give that a try, I guess. I'm not going to make any tactic changes because, quite frankly, at the minute, don't need to. I don't even think I'm going to make another transfer yet. I think I'm just going to go straight into the next game. I think that would be the smartest thing to do. It's, you know, 2 big losses, 1 win, 2 losses. Man U now. I think if we don't get a win here, I don't even know. If we don't get a win here, I think we're going to have a serious look at the players rather than the formation. Maybe put a couple up for sale. I know it sounds all doom and gloom. You win some, you lose some. I mean, that's literally how football works. They're playing interesting players. Obviously, Cavani, Fernandes, Rashford, Greenwood, Pogba, Van der Beek, Wan-Bissaka, Telles, Maguire, and De Vrij. I don't know how you pronounce that. And De Gea. Just that, you know, I thought would have had a different centre back. Right, here we go. And things on this game, Manchester United have a very good team. They have a lot of speed and a lot of just high-rated good players, like for example De Gea and Fernandes. Gonna be a difficult one. I'm just hoping pretty early on we can assert, you know, a goal, maybe slot 2 goals in, and then I'm just going to go super conservative now on defending. Instead of trying to rush into every tackle, I think I'm going to try and follow the man a little bit more. Even if I pull someone out of position, there we go, and then just kind of wait. I mean, that's up to Kane there. Can Kane do anything? That's fine. I don't mind losing that ball. We tried something. Didn't necessarily work. But if we can just keep some kind of pressure up and some kind of passing. Yeah, again, not too fussed that it messed up because it was an attempt. I wish the players would actually try for the ball a little bit more, but that's fine.
Understandably, a lot of interest in Harry Kane and how
there we
he
go.
might perform in this game. How do you see that, Lee? Well, how do you stop him? 4 goals in 3 games. I suggest the defenders not just one of them.
It's a good start though. I mean, they have struggled on the attack. Oh, saying that. See, that was a pass I was not expecting. Great tackle. Who was that? Was that Roden? It might have been. That was a excellent tackle. Let's just get that out of the way. Onto. Oh man, what was I thinking? If this leads to a goal, it's completely my fault. I think Roden got up there though. Right, into Kane. Into Ndombele. A pass into Son. He's absolutely sped forward. Oh, it was a good clearance. We've managed to get back though. I don't think I'm going to push too hard. Yes, right, this is that right there, using that left wing back Reguilon, I really like, because Son was pulling a different player out of position. Reguilon had chance to push forward and make a pass. That is how I imagined this formation working, because it is still technically, I'm still playing it like a 3 centre-backs, obviously there is 3 centre-backs, and I'm not going to use the right wing-back and left wing-back as defenders necessarily. You know, they're going to put in a defensive shift, but it's more to get forward, but also just to have the freedom a little bit more in making passes and doing various things. Manchester United haven't played awful. You know, they've played decent. If they... Right. Let me just point something out here. How come, in this game, the opposition will sometimes just be really annoying and whatever, but then all of a sudden you have players like Cavani trying to do a cheeky chip and clearly whack the ball. Are you serious here? I mean, that's barely one. You would have just given a goal, wouldn't you? Surely. I mean, that's yellow at most. I mean, Bruno Fernandes, this is going in, isn't it? You go the right way. It's annoying. Last FIFA 20, you couldn't get a foul to save your life. Like you could run in, double foot someone square in the nose, pick their nose up, put it in your pocket, take it down to your local farmer's market, sell it, and the referee would still say, no, I don't see a foul there, no yellow card, no foul. This game, you look at someone, you call them, a big old nasty guy, and the referee's like, right, red card. We can't be allowing that on the pitch. It's really strange. Don't know what Kane thought he was doing there. It's annoying as well, because we played pretty well. I told you at the start of the season, I said it may look like it's going to be easier picking a bigger team, but you come against a lot harder teams as well. Teams that have players like Cavani trying to do weird flicks for absolutely no discernible reason other than looks cool. Right, I need to start cutting in more here to buy a little bit of time and then making a couple of passes. Aurier can whip one high. Okay. That's what I need to do as well. I realised I barely make crosses. I always try to go for the skillful. Maybe just try and put in a couple more crosses. It might lead to a couple more goals. Can we get that back to Lloris? We can do. Super happy with Rodon though. Yes, he gave away a penalty, as soft as it was, but overall he's played really well. And what a pass. Oh! How do you kick a ball so hard it curls away on your... It shouldn't have happened. I was going to finesse it, but then they always take that extra little step to get in position. I was pretty sure didn't have time for it. That's fine though. It was decent. Can we get that back up? Okay, that's fine, that's fine. It's effort, it's the challenges that are being made, or the challenges, the attempts, I mean, that are being made, that I'm happy with. Rashford has absolutely done us in there. Great stop. Is that Ndombele or Tanganga? Or... no, it wasn't Ndombele. That probably sounded like I was being a little bit racist there. I wasn't. I just genuinely didn't know which one had done that. You probably get in trouble, don't you, in a game as well. I remember there was that match where the referee, probably a few years ago now, booked one player, obviously because he thought it was a different player, and, it was because obviously he was black, and they both had similar hairstyles and looked fairly similar from the back, the same as a white person would, if you had two white people in a matching suit, for example, both had a similar haircut and same height, you'd get mixed up, but then because both players were black, there was this whole thing of, referees being racist, and it's like, no, it is an honest mistake, but, referees now, and just players in general, are obviously scared to really do or say anything. I don't condone racism in any way, but there's, people make honest mistakes, and that, I don't know, in some ways, and I'm not talking race anymore, I'm just talking in, oh, go on, oh, you fucking bell sniff, man. Let's get out of eye, hold on. Yeah, I'm not talking race anymore, I'm just talking about in general in the game. It's almost what made football, because all the biggest moments in football, for example, I believe it was Pepe Reina, ball come in and it had kicked, like the ball had hit a beach ball or something along the way, and the goal was allowed to stand. I think nowadays that wouldn't have happened, and I get it seems unfair or fair on certain teams, but with them inconsistencies, and it's like with them things that were happening, it made football great, it made great moments. And don't get me wrong, I don't think football should be like that all the time. The infamous Germany goal that should have stood clearly in, it didn't, and stuff like that. It should have obviously had some form of check on it, but certainly today, when we've got VAR, and even VAR doesn't get everything right all the time, which, is literally the point of it, then I think to myself, well, what is the point of having that? Either have something that is always accurate, or have... Yes! Thank God. I've tried so hard. I've tried so hard to put in a goal, and we've finally got one. Luckily, it was Bale as well. I think it's his first goal, isn't it? Yeah, well done. But yeah, when you introduce something like VAR that's expected to get everything right, it's expected to know when something's offside, when it's not, or when the ball is over the line, when it's not. I know there's goal line technology and everything, but they're expected to be... Okay. Gareth Bale does nothing for like 6 games. And then Gareth Bale comes in, scores one, a couple of minutes later, Kane sets this up, and I think, I mean, goddamn, what a goal. Yeah, anyway, then you have the, I think it was like last season or something, was it, I believe it was Aston Villa, had a goal go in against them, and it was counted as no goal, even though it was clearly over the line. And the whole, the check thing didn't work or something on the referee's watch. His watch didn't vibrate or something, meaning no goal. I don't know quite exactly how it works, but I think to myself, you've got a camera. You know what I mean? Like, you've got a literal camera. We're all seeing it at the time as well. We could all see on this camera that the ball had gone over. Why can't the referees look at that? I mean, that kept Aston Villa from being relegated, and it made another team get relegated because of that. And this is what I mean. Them inconsistencies, if you're going to have VAR, at least make it so there aren't them inconsistencies. Because I know I was just saying inconsistencies were good in football, and they were, but either have them or don't, but don't have them some of the time and not, other times on certain teams. Oh, I thought Gareth Bale was about to score a hat-trick. You know what I mean? Because it's always unfair when one player's called offside for his nose being over the line or whatever, but then not other times when, someone's entire body and their nan's ashes are hanging over the line. It just doesn't make sense. They're the inconsistencies people don't want to see, and they do spoil football. It's like, if you're going to say someone's offside for a toe being over the line, it has to be the same with everyone. It has to be. But you see sometimes people get away with it and sometimes not. Or what is a handball nowadays? Because my understanding used to be of the handball rule, before it was changed, was that if it was a pretty clear and obvious handball, and it was purposely made to stop the ball towards goal, handball. Okay? And so, whenever I used to play football, it would always be like, if I stuck my hand out to stop the ball, that's a handball. But, if my hand's at the side and the ball's been levered against it at 90 miles an hour, I can't stop that, no handball. But nowadays, it's like, if it even remotely gets anywhere... Oh, what a save! What a save! Let's get Bergwijn on. Also, I think we've got Salah on the bench, haven't we? Or even Vinicius. Oh, I think we've made all our subs. Yeah. That's fine. But yeah, even now, it's like if a ball hits any part of your arm for any reason whatsoever, handball. And the amount of penalties it leads to, unfair penalties. I'm obviously talking. I'll talk about Tottenham now, because obviously that's the games I watch most. But Eric Dyer had a penalty given against him because he had, touched the ball with his arm. Bear in mind, he was looking away from the ball. He had his arm behind his back and to the side, and he was point blank to the ball. They gave a penalty. That's one game lost. That's what, 2 points lost from. You could have had a draw or whatever. Could have had a win. There's serious points in it. And please, oh, what a goal! That was a heck of a goal. You wouldn't see him doing that in real life. I mean, I'm annoyed with myself, but at the same time, yeah, Roden should have done a lot better. Damn. But yeah, it's like I was saying, it's them things that it does spoil football when no one knows what the actual rules are anymore, and no one knows who's doing what and when they're doing it, and players are too scared to even look at the ball anymore or make any kind of challenge just in case. I just want to say, by the way, we controlled that game. We did better. We should have won. It's another poor result. Classic Tottenham, I guess, but that should have been a win all day long. I'm genuinely disappointed that we didn't win that one. Obviously, the loss to Everton is coming to the end of the transfer window as well. We need to buy someone, don't we? Might sell out of Ield. I'll let him go to Inter. 30 mil. That's that's decent. We've got a couple of final scout reports as well. The young lads. I mean, he's not worth 49 million. Ousmane Dembele, different, but yeah, he's not. It's the thing though, it's like I look at the team and I think all the players are good. I don't need any more players. I've got the depth, I've got the positions. I just need like one player to help out a little bit more, make a bit more of an impact, maybe in centre mid, but I don't know. I don't know if I can look through it. Maybe just have a look through. Who am I thinking of now? There it is. I just don't know what Grealish is like on this game. 83 OVR. He would be, I think, my 183 or over player I could get. He is decent. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go for Grealish. I'm going to go all out on Grealish. I think he's going to be my one big money move player. Again, he's my 183 that I'm allowed. 50 odd million, I would say. Get a player swap in there. Maybe offload. I don't know who it is I'm thinking of. Lamella. And off of maybe 30 mil. They want 50 million. I mean, I can't do 50 mil. I can go. I mean, I can go that 40 million and Lamella. Man, come on. Come on, I can't do that. Let's propose a different player, maybe? I mean, no one seems to want Lamella. Don't want to get rid of Dele Alli either. But I really want Grealish. Maybe Eric Dyer? As much as I like him, at the same time, Bed's like, yeah, hell with it, let's just go for a completely different player. You know what? I wouldn't be opposed to selling Bergwijn. Not biggest fan of him. Don't think he's that good of a player. Similar position to Jack Grealish. We'll go for it, yeah. I'm not even bothered. I loved Bergwijn when he first came to the club, but now he just kind of stumbles around the place and doesn't do all too much. So we've gone to a lovely cafe. He's gonna be crucial. He's gonna be playing quite a lot of games. I mean, this is a deal you wouldn't see in real life, is it? Hopefully we can get him to 85 OVR at least before he gets too old, a couple of years, and then sell him whatever. I will accept that. That's no problem at all. Now, with that done, he will. Well, my plan is to have players like this. So we will have the main team. We are going to get. He can play centre attacking mid as well, which is actually really nice. Where is he? We're going to get Sarr. And if you compare him to Bale, Bale's shooting is a lot better, and so but Sarr's speed's obviously better. So my plan for now is to get Kane in the game swapped off for Vinicius, Sarr on for Bale, and Grealish on for Son pretty much every game. And then you're going to have Dele Alli swapping out for Ndombele, and you're going to have There he is. Lo Celso swapping out for, I think for now we're just shoving there, swapping out for Højbjerg. And so everyone gets a rotation. These not all happening at once either, just gradually that's going to happen. Aurier is going to be permanent right wing back just because of his stats. His stats are really nice. Same as Reguilon, permanent left wing back. We'll train him in that position properly in a second. These are going to be our permanent centre backs. With Sirkin coming in there, I'm going to train him up to a left wing back as well. Then we've got players like Whiteman, who not that great at the minute, but maybe he can improve. I mean, how old are 21 years old, maybe, and a couple of other younger players as well. Obviously, all these being transfers we made that we can check out. Players like Ben Davis are going to be offloaded. They're going to be sold. Not really doing too much. Lamella as well, Doherty as well, and we'll find someone to fill in that right back slot. In a pinch, we can get Tanganga in there, who we will also train up a little bit better defensively. But yeah, so that is how that is going to go. And the main subs, like I say, are going to be Kane, Bale and Son. If one of them does exceptionally well again, we'll keep him on, and vice versa. We will also have a look at... Is it on Squad Hub you have to do it? To start training them differently. Development plan, here we go. So, he's been set to a sweeper keeper, which is going to help this young lad out quite a lot. Let's just have a little look through at what we've got and how they're doing. So, I've got him set for defence, but I really think his passing and dribbling are what we're going to have to work on for Reguilon. And then let's also try and train him up as a left wing back. It only takes 2 weeks, but it gets that notch there as well. I guess helps out a little bit. Don't need to do anything with him. Sirkin, right. Attacking, fair enough. Need to improve his passing. But I think we're probably going to go for a defending boost. I mean, it only takes... We might train him up in a couple of different positions. Defensively, I mean, he's not a great player yet. We could train him up as a centre-back. We could train him up as a right-back as well, and a left wing-back. I think we'll start with left wing-back. Could work out quite well. We're selling him. I will probably put him out on loan, so I'm not going to do anything. This guy just needs a real boost in defence, and then I think he would be a decent centre-back, but also either a right-back or a left-back we can start training him as. And it's just because of his speed. It's pretty nice, or even... I was going to say a defensive mid. I've gone way too far for defensive mid, haven't I? It seems weird, but his stats aren't bad. Like, defending, physical and pace are decent for a defensive mid, so I might be able to get that in there. This guy, we just have to, I think, improve that, and he's a fine centre-back. I don't think I really need to change him for anything else, although, again, could be half decent as a defensive mid as well. May as well. It doesn't give any downsides. He's fine on this. I think I will just train him up a little bit more on... We'll put him back on balance to try and get him a little bit more on his passing and everything. Sanchez is fine to keep doing what he's doing. Tanganga is, again, fine. Okay, well I pressed triangle to... It says change position. Is he now a permanent right wing back? Yeah, I guess so. I don't know what change that'll make, but let's get him a little bit higher on the attacking wing back. Can he now, like, will it let me make him? No, it won't let me make him a thingy. I will train him up also as a defensive mid, just because his stats are actually excellent. He could be a really good defensive mid. Marsh, no. Doherty, no. Højbjerg, I think, is fine as he is. If we can maybe get him, though, sort his weak foot out a little bit. Um, his skill moves, I mean, because as the player he is, damn, he would actually make a good centre back as well. Like, I like him, but his stats, other than his pace, I mean, everything else is good. I'm actually going to train him as a centre back. You know, it's my run through. May as well. Sissoko not bothered about. Not bothered about Bowden. Son is fine as he is. He's still training up to be a striker. Although saying that, now I've got players to be in that position, and so maybe train him up to be not centre mid or anything. Maybe train him up on the other side as well. Let's have a look at his growth. Let's try and get some on his skill moves. Get both up to 5. Matinho, I mean, he's going to start to go down pretty soon. Train him up in something, I guess, to try and stop that. He's still going. Let's move him on to just the centre mid one. We'll keep him as it is. Ndombele. Let's try and train his weak foot as well. What is it? Advanced playmaker? It is. Then I'm fine with that. Let's also train him just as a normal centre mid, just to get that annoying arrow thing that he always has on him. John, good old John. May as well train Gibbs White on something. Dele Alli is fine. Bale is, I mean, his skill moves are fine. Let's try and help his weak foot, because he shoots with his left way more than his right, which isn't an issue. You know, everyone has a stronger foot, but right, let's train him as a wide playmaker, get him up to 5-star, and also train him as I mean, he can go left mid already, I think. Attacking mid is already how he is. We could train him as a... Oh, do we want him as a striker? To help? I don't think we do. Train him as a right winger, though. Then Neto is absolutely fine as he is. Will help work on his weak foot. Grealish, again, let's get his skill moves. It's always good to have 5-star skill moves. You never know when you're going to need to do that little bit of flexibility. And he's also pretty decent on free kicks, which I'm quite happy with, because when Bale's gone, we're not really going to have a free kick taker. Let's get someone... let's get this guy, I mean, on passing. Vinicius is fine. I think... I mean, I don't actually want Harry Kane as a... thingy, but I'll train him on it anyway. Wait a minute, can you train him at both? No, I think you can only train either their... Yeah, you can only train either their like skill move type stuff or positioning. That makes a lot of sense. I had no idea that's how it worked. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. There we go. So that is it. That's basically all the development done. Hopefully before long we're going to start to really train up, really get better. And that's going to be it for today's episode, guys. As always, if you enjoy, subscribe, like, comment, all that. Stay safe. I'll see you next time.